Just yesterday, Johnny's win was the talk of the town, and while several millions of people are excited that the actor emerged victorious in the trial, some others aren't too keen on that part. And Amber's lawyer happens to be one of those people. But the problem isn't her taking out her grievances on air. The problem is that she's been saying a lot of not so great things about Johnny and his team. So what exactly did Amber's lawyer say about Johnny and his people this time? It's safe to say that at this point, everyone is pretty much aware of Johnny Depp emerging victorious over Amber in their defamation suit. But what isn't general information yet are the things that Amber's lawyer has been saying about Depp's team ever since they were announced as the winner. Earlier today, Amber Heard's lead counsel Elaine Bredehoft was interviewed on CBS, and while it is expected that she'd react some type of way after losing such a huge case, no one was exactly prepared for what she pulled. While speaking to the presenters, Elaine was asked about her views on some of the complexities that led to the current outcome of the jury picking Johnny's side. And according to the lawyer, Johnny's team didn't exactly know what they were doing. In fact, she basically called them stupid, as she mentioned that their only strategy was to ride on the ignorance of people on domestic violence cases.
And so tawdry on both sides. On both sides. And I think for a lot of people from the outside looking in thought both of them were not telling the truth, and that they had both, they mutually abused each other. Do you not believe that that was the case?
No, and that's one of the many misnomers. The way that Depp's team approached this was based on ignorance of domestic violence. It completely ignored the cycle of violence and just said, oh, she wouldn't have done this if he had been hitting her. That was their approach.
So you thought that they weren't fighting fair?
Correct. I don't think they were fighting fair.
And you think
absolutely.
Amber Heard is, in fact, a survivor of domestic violence?
Yes, I absolutely believe that. And
you'd think she'd at least take a chill pill after making such a huge accusation. But it was actually the opposite. Moving on from insulting Johnny's team, she went for the jury and blamed them for everything that's happened, adding that the verdict has caused a huge step back for women in domestic violence situations all over the world.
Yeah, a major setback for women, for women inside the courtroom and outside the courtroom.
Because?
Because basically what this said, you know, Amber had an enormous amount of evidence, although a lot of it was suppressed in this case as opposed to the UK. But look at all the women who have no evidence, all these women who suffer from domestic violence, domestic abuse. They don't have evidence. And basically what this jury said is unless you pull out your cell phone and you tape record your spouse beating you, you're out of luck.
But Elaine,
of course, given all the controversial statements Elaine spewed out in the interview, several fans have been coming after her on social media. One user wrote, after seeing her on the Today Show this morning, Elaine isn't any better than Amber. She has been representing Amber for years now. She knows Amber and how she is. The two of them were made for each other. Agreeing that the first user on who Elaine really is, another user wrote, many people were willing to give Elaine the benefit of the doubt after she cried after the trial because she had gone through a lot. People were willing to empathize with her. She was just doing her job as a lawyer. She should have kept it at that. She's just another H after all. At this point, there probably isn't anyone still on Amber's side after hearing what Elaine said, but let's just hope she heals from this soon. How about you? Do you think Elaine crossed the line with this?